chilling escapade about a shilling's escape from the clutches of Rolly and Pat Beat, who'd only just found it on the street. Gina the pickpocket is the obvious suspect, but Ryunosuke, Sholmes, and Iris happen to be passing, and the plot quickly thickens. 30th of April, 12:20 p.m., Briar Road. Oh no, I forgot how to voice them. Sa, Constable Rolly Beat, reporting for duty. Thanks to the good offices of Lord Van Zeeks, I'm back on my beat here in the capital, doing my best for the good citizens of London, sir.
Ah, my Rolly back in his Bobby's uniform. You couldn't look any more handsome if you tried.
Ah, my love, you say the sweetest things.
Oh, Pat. Oh, Rolly.
To us, Lord Van Zeeks isn't the Reaper of the Bailey at all.
Oh no, of course not. He's the patron saint of Bobby's.
The patron saint? Oh yes, Pat, you're so right, my darling. Keep us in the pocket, he is. On my first day back on the job, what did I find in the gutter? A shillin', my love, a whole shillin'.
Oh, Rolly, I always believed in you. I always knew one day you'd find some big, small change.
With just that shillin', I could buy you a cheap bunch containing a single flower, by Sir.
A single flower? Oh, how romantic.
But I'm so sorry, Pat. Only moments ago that shillin' disappeared.
Disappeared? But how, my love? How?
I think, baby. No, I'm sure. It was this girl here, sir. You swiped my precious shilling, didn't you, you cheeky little diver?
Blimey! You took your time getting around to me, didn't you? I thought that lovey-dovey stuff weren't ever gonna end. So, a shilling, you say? Lifted from your word? I know nothing about it. Where's the evidence, eh?
Right here. Evidence is dancing around the back of your head, young lady. You stole it from me. You lifted it from my pocket just now. You've got the nerve stealing from a Bobby.
Cobblers! The coin's mine! Oh, how could you know anyway? How could you know if it was just taken just now or not?
Dear me, you don't get it, do you? You've hardly got a penny to our name, so that coin felt as heavy to me as a bar of gold.
Eh?
I'm telling you, the moment it left my pocket I knew. I felt myself get a few pounds lighter.
Ah!
Yep, that coin got my blood, sweat, and tears all over it.
What's the matter with you, Mr. Naruodo?
Huh? Me? Sorry?
The lady's in trouble. A true gent's supposed to be there to help straight away, not an hour later.
This isn't my fault. I haven't stolen anything.
What about you, Sholmes? I thought you were supposed to be the great detective.
Dear me, Miss Lestrade. You took your time getting around to me, didn't you? I thought the long dispute was never going to end. There's so many people.
You only said give us a minute when we spotted you over the road and said hello. That was 10 minutes ago, Ginny. We've just been standing here listening to you quarrel with this Bobby.
Oh, I got so many people. Do beg your pardon, madam. We shouldn't be troubling the public with police business.
But that shilling belongs to us, doesn't it, Rolly?
Of course it does, my love. It's just for you and me, my darling. This was just supposed to be a nice stroll with Iris and Mr. Sholmes before our afternoon tea. Why did we have to run into another fiasco on Briar Road? I don't really see how we could be of any help, Gina. There's no way of knowing who the coin really belongs to if it was just dropped in the gutter.
I wouldn't be so sure of that, Bruno.
What?
I have a feeling I might know the answer to the question of whose coin that is.
Aw. Ah, my bright young fellow lodger. Let us hear your deduction.
Well, there's actually a reason why I suggest a stroll down Briar Road.
Oh, what reason?
See, I was here yesterday and, well, dropped a little something. So I wanted to come and look for it while enjoying an afternoon stroll.
Wait, you dropped something? You don't mean...
It was the pocket money that Hurley gave me.
Or you stole? What's this, Iris? You dropped that, did you?
I'm sorry. I went to the market on Lime Street yesterday to pick up some herbs, you see. And on the way, I must have dropped it. The 1 shilling coin you gave me.
Oh.
Ah, a 1 bob bit. Yes, and when I thought back over the route I took, I realized I must have dropped it here. Constable, you haven't seen it, have you? It's all my pocket money. Now it's gone.
Well, I'm afraid I don't know anything about that, young lady.
What? What rotten luck, dropping your money like that. Sorry.
I dare say the constable and his companion could give you a run for your money with their wide eyes. It's all the same to you, Mr. Sholmes. I think I'd prefer not to be used as the yardstick for looking guilty.
Well, it's tough really, isn't it, Iris? You dropped it, so it ain't yours no more. Anyway, you know what they say, what goes around comes around, so don't feel bad.
Bad luck, Iris. It doesn't look like they were going to get your coin back.
Oh, I can't believe I've lost it, and straight after Hurley gave it to me as well.
Yes, regrettable indeed. I seem to recall that particular coin was rather significant. What do you mean significant?
To be specific, it was especially significant to you, Runo.
Significant to me? Ah, you don't mean it was the coin from last night's wager? The very same, my dear fellow.
What's this then? What wager? It was a game of poker! A duel between Hurley and Runo! Poker? What, that tricky card game you mean?
As a lawyer, I have the perfect poker face. You'll never be able to tell what I'm thinking, said he. But depriving Mr. Naruto of his entire fortune was even easier than finding that missing thoroughbred. Grr, it was so infuriating. Reliving it now still makes me grit my teeth. Sorry, Iris. I had every intention of paying you back the money I owe you, but you'll have to wait, I'm afraid. Who owes what? I'm so confused.
Yes, I know. Don't worry. Next month is fine.
Like, whose coin is it? Sorry, but...
Let me guess, Odo. Your whole fortune?
It was 1 whole shilling, my entire monthly stipend, and I lost it all. As I handed over to Mr. Sholmes, I gritted my teeth so hard my gums started to bleed. Wow. Brush your teeth.
Please, no, don't exaggerate. That's a horrible image. What about a lawyer who borrows from a 10-year-old girl? Now that's a horrible image.
Why do I feel like my reputation with this couple has just fallen through the floor? There are few things more invigorating than taking a man for all he's worth.
Don't be so pleased with yourself, Hurley. It's not as if Runo ever had a chance of winning.
Wait, what? What do you mean by that?
Well, using that special ink I developed, anyone could.
Thank you, Iris, that will do. I'm sure this conversation is proving very dull for everyone. What's done is done. The game is over now. There's no points crying over spilt milk. Special ink, you say? Well, that sounds like a sort of risky business that's right up my alley.
Oh, Rolly, I love your dauntless spirit. You laugh in the face of danger. Come on then, Iris, spill it. What's this special ink about, eh? Ah, well, it's what's sometimes called invisible ink. All you have to do is write the suit and number on the reverse side of every card. And with the aid of some special glasses, the whole game is laid bare to you.
Wait, you were wearing glasses last night, weren't you, Mr. Sholmes? He said something about the lines of, my eyesight appears to have suddenly worsened. And the moment you failed to question that, as odd it was the moment I knew I had won the game. That sentence, Mind games, was it? Trying to throw me off with your eccentric ways?
So you're telling me Shom's could have seen every card what auto I had? What? But that's not my game. That's blatant cheating.
My dear fellow, what an accusation. Would you honestly consider me a cheat? Please, I prefer trickster. Whatever you call it, the game doesn't count now. Understand, Mr. Sholmes? Dear me. Well, out of the respect for the bad grace with which you take defeat, allow me to return your shilling. Do you hear that, Gina? So give it here.
Eh? Leave me out of this. This here 1 bob bit was mine from the start, no question.
No, sir, that 1 bob bit was lifted from me this here Bobby's pocket only a few minutes ago.
So you keep saying. Come on then, where's the evidence?
Eh?
The law, right? It's all about evidence. I know my stuff.
You see, Mr. Naruto, use a trite excuse in court, and others will parrot it. Only whenever I do say that in court, it isn't as a trite excuse, you know. As I said, sir, the coin has got my blood, sweat, and tears all over it.
That's right, it has. Rolly's blood, sweat, and tears are the evidence.
I don't see any blood, sweat, and tears on it.
Blood, you say?
Uh-oh.
In that case, it's time for this.
Do you think...
Well, if there's any trace of blood on that coin, we'll soon know about it. Alright, Jenny, hold very still. What? Ah!
Look at that. See there on that coin? It's clearly changed color. In other words, there's blood on this coin. Once again, as I said, sir, that would be my blood, sweat, and tear.
Oh wait, I've seen this blood turn that color before. Yes, I know whose it is. I know whose coin it is. What? The rightful owner of this bloodstained shilling is...
McGilded! Oh,
Bruno!
what? Huh? Me? From the appearance of the blood, I would say it is quite fresh, left within the last 24 hours. Within the last... then in that case...
So this is the coin what Sholmes had off Otto last night in the poker game. Oh, Bruno, you mean to say you really did make your gums bleed?
What? I told you I was so infuriated to lose I had to grit my teeth as I handed over the money.
Blimey, you're as hard up as me by the sound of it, but I thought you had the proper job.
Come on, Gina, just hand it over, would you? The shilling, that's rightfully mine. Don't.
Fine. Alright then, stop your bleeding staring.
I would've just ran. I finally have it back. It's like a dream come true.
I nearly had that one in the bag and all. That's wonderful news. I'm so happy for you now then, as you promised. I'd like my money back, please. The shilling I let you before. You did say you'd pay it back out of this month's pocket money, didn't you?
Oh, yes. Well then, I suppose. My dear fellow, do be kind to your gums. Looks like that shilling's always destined to be taken from you, sir.
For some reason, the phrase serves you right is floating around my head.
So, Iris, as promised, here is the shilling I owe you.
Oh, you're repaying me already? Well, thank you. Next month would have been fine, though. What's it all about anyway? What are you lending Odo money for? Yes. Well, actually, it's because I went to the Lime Street Market yesterday to buy herbs. for Runo. Herbs for Odo.
Yes, the tea Mrs. Ado left behind is top quality Gyokuro tea, but it's just so bitter. So when Iris suggested mixing it with some herbs to make it more palatable, I asked her to buy me some.
That's right, we made a special Japanese herbal tea with the leftover Gyokuro. We're calling it Susie's Special Blend. I do hope you'll all try it.
Excruciating bitterness clings to the throat if you can persuade the bright green gloop to leave the cup. Why, it sounds quite delicious.
Yeah, right.
Oh man, that was... Oh god, there's more. Well, it would appear the Shilling's brief adventures are now at an end. Adventures? You must agree, my dear fellow, that the coin has made a considerable journey since last night. Let's see, originally it was the coin I was supposed to give to Iris to pay her for the herbs. But then in our poker duel last night it passed to you, Mr. Sholmes.
Who gave it to Iris as spending money. But then I dropped it here sometime yesterday. And then my beloved Rolly found it a little while ago and picked it up.
Before I was lifted from my pocket by this here diver.
I then used my favorite gun to show up the blood that was on it. And let it slip about Sholmes' little scam in that card game last night.
The annulment of which resulted in the coin returning to the ownership of Mr. Naruhodo, allowing me to pay Iris the money I owed her after all, for the herbs she bought in order to make Susie's special blend tea.
And now, after all that, the coin is resting safely in my pocket.
It's gone, isn't it?
Yeah, they're right. That was an adventure. But what are we supposed to take away from it, eh?
That this 1 shilling coin belongs to Iris and Iris alone, I think. I cannot fault your observation, Mr. Naruhodo.
Well, you know what they say. Goes around, comes around.
Why do I get the feeling that Iris knew it was coming around to her from the very beginning? Priceless, as they say. Well then, my dear fellow, how about this evening we indulge in some bitter tea and a bitter rematch? I'll even allow you to stake the coming month's spending money in advance. I fold. That was great, but that killed my voice.